Jason Academy. Class 7th Social Science. History Lesson 2 The Medieval History. Hello everyone. Hope all of you are safe and fine at your home. Today we are going to start History Lesson 2 The Medieval History. As in previous chapter, I told you the meaning of medieval, that is Middle Age, and history means past. History of every country is divided into three major periods: ancient, medieval, and modern. The ancient period was over by the end of the 7th century. In India, the medieval period is considered between 8th to 18th century. The medieval period is often divided into two parts: early medieval period and the later medieval period. Medieval India refers to a long period of the history of the Indian subcontinent between ancient and modern period. It encompasses the 6th to the 18th centuries AD. In this chapter, we will learn the terms used to describe the Indian subcontinent, time frame of medieval period of Indian history, major development during medieval period, and sources of history. Lesson 2 The Medieval History. Terms used to describe the Indian subcontinent. Our country named India had gone through several changes since the ancient time. First, the Indian subcontinent, including 6 countries, that is India, Nepal, Bhutan, Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh, were called as Bharatvarsh in the past. Second, the name Aryavart, land of Aryans, was given around 150 BC to the northern part of the India lying between the Himalayas and the western Himalayas. Third, the Parsis in their sacred book Jaison'S Avesta have used Saptasindhu for India, which means the region of 7 rivers of the Saraswati. Fourth, the Greek called it Ind, based on the Indus river. Fifth, the Chinese used Chin Chu and In Chu for India. Sixth, the Arabs called it as Hind. Seventh, the word Hindustan is basically from river Indus. Eighth, the British people used the word India. First, let's see terms used to describe the Indian subcontinent. First, understand the meaning of subcontinent here. A large distinguishable part of a continent made up of a number of countries that form a large mass of land is called Indian subcontinent. So, coming to the point, Indian subcontinent includes 6 countries, that is India, Nepal, Bhutan, Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. India was called with different names in other countries, like Greek called Indi, Chinese called Chin Chu and In Chu, Arabs called Hind, Parsis in their sacred book mentioned Saptasindhu, British called India. Time frame of medieval period of Indian history. The medieval period is between the ancient and the modern period. The time between 700 to 1750 AD or 8th century to 18th century AD is considered as the timeline of medieval period in India. This medieval period is divided into two parts: early medieval period 700 AD to 1200 AD, then later medieval period 1201 AD to 1750 AD. Second one is time frame of medieval period of Indian history. Medieval period lies between ancient and modern period. The time between 8th century to 18th century is said to be the timeline of medieval period in India. Medieval period is divided into early medieval period and later medieval period. Third is major development during the medieval period. See the chart in the video here. Period and events are given. First is early medieval period, 761 AD. In this period, first Muslim invention by Muhammad bin Qasim. Then second is 1000 AD. In this period, invention by Muhammad Ghazni. Third is 1100 AD. During this, rule of Cholas, Chandelas, Kadambas and Rashtrakutas. Fourth is 1191 to 1192 AD. During this period, two battles between Muhammad Ghori and Prithviraj Chauhan III. Then second period is later medieval period. In 1206 AD, establishment of Delhi Sultanate. Then in 1288 AD, Marco Polo came to India. Then 1290 to 1320 AD, establishment of Khalji dynasty. Then in 1320 to 1412 AD, establishment of Tughlaq dynasty. 1451 to 1526 AD, the Lodi dynasty. Then 1526 AD, in this period, establishment of Mughals by Babur. In 1674 AD, establishment of Maratha period empire. In 1757 AD, Battle of Plassey, and in 1761 AD, Third Battle of Panipat. So, these were the major developments during the medieval period 700 AD to 1750 AD. Sources of history. Literary sources. First, autobiographies. First, Babar's Tuzuk-e-Babri. Second, Firoz Tughlaq's Futuhat-e-Firoz Shahi. Second, biographies. First, Abul Fazl's Akbarnama and N.A. Akbari. Second, Barani's Tarikhi Firoz Shahi. Third, accounts of foreign travelers, writers like Ibn Battuta, Marco Polo and Ralph Fitch. Fourth, painting and music like first, miniature painting. Second, Tansen the musician of Akbar's court provided valuable information about medieval period. Fourth is sources of history. Historical sources is original source that contains important historical information. These sources are used as clue in order to study history. Some sources are, first is an autobiography. An autobiography is a primary source, even though autobiographies are usually written after these events happened. Some autobiographies are Babar's Tuzuk-e-Babri, Firoz Tughlaq's Futuhat-e-Firoz Shahi. Second source is biography. Biography is also a source that tells us about the events happened. Some biographies are Abul Fazl's Akbarnama and N.A. Akbari. Then second is Barani's Tarikhi Firoz Shahi. Third one is accounts of foreign travelers, writers like Ibn Battuta, Marco Polo and Ralph Fitch. Fourth is paintings and musics. They are like miniature painting. Tansen, the musician of Akbar's court, provided valuable information about medieval period. Then fifth is archaeological sources. Archaeological sources are buildings such as forts, mosques, temples and palaces. Tells us about the architectural styles and artistic skills. For example, Brideshwara Temple at Tanjore, Sun Temple at Konark, Red Fort in Delhi and places at Jaipur and Jodhpur. Inscriptions on walls of temples, copper plates and on stone surfaces. Coins also give us information about the rulers. So, in this chapter, we have learned that the medieval period is often referred to as the Middle Age. The literary and archaeological sources gives us a lot of information about the medieval period. I hope you all have understood the chapter. Thank you.